A local cold case has been solved. Welcome back. I'm Kirsten Holmes.
And I'm Jesse Pagan. DNA finally led the San Diego Sheriff's Department to the killer, but there are still some unanswered questions. The victim's parents will never know why, and investigators were left to wonder, did the murderer have any other victims?
Here's News 8's Abby Alford.
For nearly 41 years, Michelle Wyatt's mother comes to her grave every Sunday here at Mount Hope Cemetery. Both her mom and dad have said since they found out who killed their daughter, they thought it would give them closure. But since he's dead, they say they still have so many unanswered questions.
They're all my favorite.
Nearly 41 years ago, on October 9th, 1980, their daughter Michelle Wyatt, a 20-year-old woman who grew up in San Carlos, was found raped and murdered inside her Santee condo. Her roommate found her later that day. Investigators say that Michelle was strangled with a telephone cord. Michelle's parents are now in their 80s.
That was my biggest scare, of dying and not finding out who did it.
But now the Wyatts know who killed their daughter. After decades of testing the unknown DNA at the crime scene, the Sheriff's Department collected nearly 90 samples from potential suspects. Her boyfriend at the time was eliminated as a suspect. Last year, a familial DNA search found nothing. Then in September 2020, the Sheriff's Department cold case team used investigative genetic genealogy and identified John Pat Hogan. He was 18 at the time of her murder.
Seeing his picture of a nice-looking young man that would do something like that, it was just kind of mind-boggling.
The San Diego Sheriff's Department says that they used similar techniques to solve 3 other cold case murders. The Golden State Killer was also found using investigative genetic genealogy. Detectives say in Michelle's case, they formed family trees and contacted relatives who submitted DNA which confirmed it was Hogan at the crime scene, but he was dead. Sheriffs say that he died October 9th, 2004, exactly 24 years since the day she was murdered. Her family says they still don't have closure.
Still a numb feeling that she's not with us.
Detectives do not believe he's connected to any local unsolved cases, but are sharing information with other agencies, including where he lived in the 70s and 80s. Hogan served in the Air Force and lived in New Mexico, Arizona, California, and Idaho.
At least now I know, that this guy's not out there anymore, but I'd still like to get him.
If you have any information about the murder of Michelle Wyatt or suspect Pat Hogan, call the Sheriff's Department.